Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. My name is LynzloByChoice and you are choosing to hang out with me today and I'm so happy about it. Honestly, this is apartment 102. This is the second apartment in our Anchorpoint apartments build here. If you haven't seen us building the shell of this, please take a look. I will link it right here, and I'm happy that we are furnishing our second apartment. As you can see right now, I am trying to figure out some kind of layout. It does not end up looking like this, but this is the kind of space that we're working with. I do end up taking off the counter on the other side, but the refrigerator is actually on that side. And we do have a very small living space, but there is a table and a chair. So I figured that this sim was actually a astrology student. Like, they are wanting to be an astronaut, or they want to be somewhere near space, or maybe there's a scientist or something, because I don't have a lot of decorations on this, but there's a bookcase and it's very big. Lots of books, lots of things going on. There's books everywhere. I do have some small things that indicate that they want to be in space or that they've been in space, and so I feel like they're studying some of the artifacts that they got from their school, and they really want to, dive into the education of it, and that's why they bring a lot of their things home. It's just not a lot of actual decorations that came from Build By, honestly, and I wish it could have changed, but we get what we get in The Sims, and we cannot throw a fit. And I didn't want to use any CC because most of the time it's not really necessary, so I just went with it here, and I hope you all like it. If you do want to download this, you can. So the overall theme outside of it being an astrology student is that very black and white, very monochromatic. We don't have a lot of color here, but we do have just enough to make it seem like they are not someone who just doesn't like color. It's just that when they're picking out things for their home, they just gravitate towards black and white, or they gravitate more towards the darker colors. And we see a lot of that here, but especially in the bedroom, because there's the black bed. Then I think I placed something that is black, like on the side right here, but I'm not completely sure. And then the bookcase is a black gray kind of thing, and I like it. I think it's really suiting, especially for the type of sim that lives here. Then on the balcony, you can see I put this telescope here, and then I put a notepad and like a small little plant there, just so it can look like they do other things outside of study, but really they're always looking at the stars. They're always looking in the sky. So I felt like this was very suiting again. And then, as you can see, everything is pretty small in here. So I had to come up with something so that my Sims could, have a dresser or some kind of place to store their things. And so we have an outdoor closet here, and I feel like it's a great feature for this apartment because, like I said, like, this is a very small apartment. So any pluses, any small amenities that we can find in this apartment, we have to lean into, and I feel like I wanted to lean into that. And then I made the outdoor closet yellow because we had to focus on the windows here, because the windows are yellow. The entire exterior is not yellow, it's green. But if the windows are yellow, I felt like the closet needed to be yellow, so we go into that. But on the inside, it is more of a black color. I really don't know why I struggled so much with building this or furnishing this, because it is a small space, so I wanted to convey as much personality into this as I could without it being very cluttered, and allowing for your Sims to walk through it freely. So I really had to figure out, do I want a lot of clutter? Do I want it to look extremely lived in? Or do I want to make this look like some people sleep here, or someone sleeps here? And so that's what I went with, because I felt like I was leaning more towards the fact that they're always away. So when they are here, they either have their nose in the book, their nose in the sky, looking through the telescope, or they are eating. And so that's why we have that small table over to the right, and you can see I'm putting in some decorations here, just something small. I couldn't really put a lot here. I do end up adding a mirror over to the side of this because I wanted a long full body mirror there, and I feel like that kind of went with it. As you can see here, I'm trying to put in something from, space, and I do end up going for, I think it's a flower and some kind of case that we got from either the werewolves, I believe, but for now I think I just placed this here, and that is like a salt and pepper shaker, I believe, but it is so tall. I've never seen one like that, and now I feel like I need to go on Amazon and find it because that looks really nice. And outside of the colors that we have, like the darker colors, so like I said, black, gray, white, I figured that we can add some kind of accent color here, and I thought that this one would actually be yellow, or a goldish dark yellow, more of a mustard, I guess, but I'm not really a color connoisseur, so I'm not really sure about that, but I do know it is along the lines of a yellowish tint, and so I felt like this went perfectly with it. I did think about using that sink, but I do end up opting for using the cabinets that we already have, and then adding, a sink on it like this. And then we add some small decorations. I do have an astronaut inspired painting up on the wall behind the mirror, or on the opposite side of the mirror, and I feel like this just works. Like, it's not a lot of things at all, but it's small, and like, they didn't really put that much effort into decorating this place because they know that they're not going to be here that often, so they just put things that they like, and if they don't like it, then they don't get it, and if they don't need it, then they don't get it, because they're focusing all of their attention on trying to, get into space. That's their one big dream. So they have posters inspired by it. They have small things inspired by it. So, and I think this is right around the time where I decided that they are an astrology student and that I should lean into that a little bit more. So you can see I took away that one piece of decoration and added some moon rocks, I assume. And then they had, some books that are dedicated to rocket science and things like that. So I think this is me adding in that rose inside of, that container. I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but I do know that it is something about the moon. So I went ahead and added that there too, and moved right back into the bedroom next to the nightstand. I needed to add some things. The first things I added were, that light and the headphones, but then I needed to add some books on top of there, and then some books over to the side, and that just really solidified the fact that they are so focused on their schoolwork. Then I moved into adding a bookshelf or bookcase, whichever one you want to call it, and it took a minute because it's very empty looking, and so I had to fill in all the small slots and then add the books one by one, but it ends up looking very good, I believe, and I like it. I really hope you all like it. Again, if you do want to download this, you can. It's already up on the gallery. You can download this and the shell of the apartments, so feel free to do that. My name on there is LynzloByChoice, and if you like this video and the other video or any other video on my channel, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, that way you can be notified whenever I post new videos, and comment some things that you would like me to build, because I love building in The Sims, as you might have been able to tell now, but I enjoyed this so much, and I really hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'm so happy that you chose to hang out with me and furnish this one apartment. Stay tuned because there's another apartment coming up very soon. And with that, enjoy these screenshots, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.